Use any ATM of your convenience and stand a chance to win gold sovereigns. Lanka Pay.
The negative inflation is temporary. It is mainly due to repeated reduction in electricity tariffs and fuel prices, not because of volatility in demand and supply or monetary policy. Deflationary conditions are expected to gradually ease from March 2025, with inflation projected to turn positive by mid-2025. Therefore, the Monetary Policy Board has decided to keep the overnight policy rate at 8%. We see that other interest rates are also coming down to favorable, more normal levels. With that, we observed 5% economic growth last year, showing an expansion in the economy that had been contracting for 2 consecutive years. We expect this trend to continue.
නමුත් 2018 වර්ෂයේ දලදේශීය නිෂ්පාදිතයේ මූර්ත අගය අනුව ගත්තහම තාම 2018ට වඩා පසුපසින් තමයි අපේ තියෙන්නේ.
බරපතල ආර්ථික අර්බුදයට යටවෙච්ච රටක් ඒක අලින් හිටපු තත්ත්වයට එන්න අවුරුද්දක් විතර යඩුම වශයෙන්
පෙබරවාරි මාසයේ පුද්ගලිකංශයෙන් අය බිලියන 105ක් කියලා දැක්වෙනවා. මේක ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන් මේ වාහන ආනයනය සඳහා තිබ්බ ඉල්ලුමත් එක්ක ඇති වෙච්ච දෙයක්ද?
නෑ එහෙම පේන්නේ නැහැ අත් වශයෙන්ම.
We do not see such a relationship. So far, only around $200 million worth of letters of credit have been opened. When we analyze economic activity, there is substantial growth and we see contributions shifting in that direction.
The governor, given there is a space for reduction because of lower inflation, did the board by any chance consider to reduce the rate?
On the basis of how we see the future inflation, it's moving towards a 5%. I don't see there's any room or any easing. I think that's a very prudent decision. I think from Q3 and Q4 we'll back to normal situation. That's mainly forward-looking basis. We don't see any space to reduce further.
How do you see the growth, governor, for this year? Last year it was 5%. Given this indication, how do you see the growth for this year?
This year we have not made any projections for the growth, obviously, for our internal monetary purposes we have, but our focus mainly on the inflation and the NUAC. Our mandate is price stability and inflation that we publish. Growth is the outcome of other policies, mainly fiscal policy, structural reforms, and the monetary policy, partly the short-term output gap.
Governor, how is the repayment plan next month?
Debt repayment, there's an annual debt repayment schedule is there. I think the government has that schedule. I think overall, I think this year government debt service obligations are about 2.75 billion for the whole year.
Given the deflationary environment for the last few months and going forward, what would be your response to pressure on salary hikes?
You know, income levels of certain sectors have not come up to that level yet. So in terms of increasing wages of certain sectors, I don't think those increasing wages are not going to create excess demand, because still their purchasing power has not come to the level that they had in 2018. Secondly, informal wages are already been adjusted. Private sector wages also, those are most on the wage negotiations. For example, if inflation even in our projection is going to be 5%, I think I don't see any reason for the others to demand a wage hike more than that.
About the SMEs complaints on Parate issues, there's growing criticism that banks are not supported despite central bank efforts.
There are 2 schemes going on. One is the recent circular that was issued provided 3 months window for them to come back to the banks and ask for restructuring. 31st March is the deadline. But we are seeing, we have not seen that much of requests coming so far to the banks for restructuring. I think it's about maximum, I think 500 we would expect.